Hey guys, Shaya here and welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm gonna do a flip through my two bullet journals. I can't believe it's actually almost in the New Year's, like it's almost in the middle of December, well at least in the time of the video is made. I had so much fun, maybe because this time I'm doing something different, and this is my second year of bullet journaling. And it's been quite a journey because I learned some stuff, I figured out what is working for me, for what I wanted to pursue, if I may say, in my bullet journals, why I'm using them. And think about it, last year that I started like kind of a joke, if I may say, because I wanted to see what I'm doing during the day, how I'm combining all of the stuff that I need to do, like commissions, other kind of work, shipping, and orders, my posts on Patreon, my posts on social media in general. And this really does help me out a lot, even though I go for totally different teams. Not like last year. Last year was more like combined for space. If you want, you can check out the playlist of my bullet journals themes. And let's just dive into those bullet journals. This one is the first one, and this is actually, they both are from Notebook Therapy. This is Fallen Star, this is the Orca one. I forget how it's called in general. I think it's Tusky Orca. And I'm gonna leave link down in the description so you can check it out. I really do love the quality of these bullet journals, and honestly I'm using it more like a sketchbook, sort of speaking, but you're gonna see why if you're new to my channel. I'm gonna explain it through the flip through. So we're gonna start with this one, so I'm gonna take this one and put it aside. And yeah, this one is special for me because I received it from a friend who sent it to me, and I had so much fun. I was so happy when it came through because I always wanted to try something like that. I always saw them, well, last year at least, saw those beautiful covers, and I love space in general. So yeah, those falling stars here are just perfect. And now for in the beginning. So this is my cover. In general, I did something different. This is my the name, and I add an extra page over here with my keys, a legend, and my grid spacing. And I thought this would be cool, so that's why I decided to go with the theme. I was thinking what I wanted to do, and for the theme, the whole word of this bullet journal is hope. I don't have that in another one, in the previous one, but you're gonna see. And I was wondering what I wanted to be, the cohesiveness and stuff like that, but you're gonna see later. So here's my future blog, or future walk, not blog. I had a wish list, but I don't use it very much. I saw some stuff, and then I decided that I don't need that anymore because I set them on my tabs on my computer. So for me this is not working, even though it's a very good idea. And this is January. I think this is one of my favorite themes when I figured out what I wanted to do, and I was having so much debate with myself Yeah, that sounds kind of weird, but it's actually true. What I wanted to do for the full year, and I decided that I'm gonna do an Assassin's Creed theme because one of my favorite characters is from Assassin's Creed, the first one. And I was thinking, oh cool, that would be cool because he's having a birthday in the fictional universe, and to incorporate that. And then when I was starting to think about this, I decided that I'm gonna do a full year of gaming setups. And just to let you know, I'm a gamer, I'm also an artist, and I wanted to make it beautiful for myself. And probably inspire you, some of you, if you want to try something out. I'm still a newbie to the whole bullet journal system, so there's some stuff that I wanted to try, some stuff I didn't try, some stuff worked for me, and some didn't. So over here, this is my cover page with the whole inspiration from the Assassin's Creed. I have a logo here and really try to incorporate it, some of the fonts, trying to mimic them, and also have some feathers over here. It looks kind of cohesive. Over here I have the monthly. I'm trying to have a monthly, and overall with all of my monthlies you're gonna see those round circles for the dates, because I love it. I love the look of it, and yeah, it's just one of my favorites. Every now and then you're gonna see something like that because there's some stuff that I cannot show you for many reasons, because they're personal and my brain dump. And I love this one, even though I think I said that this is a sticker that I made from something that I drew. This is Ezio Auditore da Firenze, one of the protagonists from the second game, from Renaissance, yeah, the Renaissance one, Brotherhood, and Revelations. And yeah, this is all inspired from some of the Assassin's Creed stuff happening. Over here I have my Patreon page, my social media, and my shipping. So in the shipping, I have to point out that I'm having the product, what country I'm sending, and the date. Usually I pack them all together and ship them all at once, because I wanted to make it more easy for me. My social media, what social media, all social medias, that means my other ones, I'm gonna leave links down in the description. And my posts on Patreon, they are much more than in the social media in general. And this spread is one of my favorites. In all of my setups I have a dedicated Bible verses spread, and I call it oh sorry, my voice, verses of the month. So every single day I have a verse from the Bible and I write it down, and I like to look at them. Give me it's good feeling and inspiring. So here is my weekly, one of my favorites as well. So this is the protagonist I was talking about. This is Altair Imblua Ahat. I hope I didn't butcher his name. And I decided to have it on the again my voice, on the second week of January, because in the fictional universe his birthday was on the second week and I wanted to incorporate that, and it turns out great, to be honest. And also in this bullet journal I tried something very new, and that is using a gouache, and not any kind of gouache. I used gelling gouache, and it's definitely fun. So I made another Patreon social media shipping page, because the previous one you can see over here, they are full and I need more. The third week from Assassin's Creed Odyssey inspired. again from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And now we're in Fantasy February. I love this theme, even though it's kind of different from what I planned. I was lingering with different ideas, and I wanted to have fantasy and February. It's just mixing together. Also, my monthly, I tried to incorporate the material as well. There's so geeky stuff. And my brain dump, my mood tracker. I love the way I do my mood tracker. You can see a lot of other creators or bullet journalists, if I may, using only 2 or 3 colors or something like that. I tried that before. It's not working for me because I think we are very complicated in general, and we are not just in one emotion. We have several different emotions during the day, and I wanted to have as much as I can, so it's looking kind of raised and I like it. Again, my Patreon and socials. On Bible verses of the month. My weeklies. I like how this one turned out, even though it's not complete. I was kind of in a rushing, and that was not okay. Also, I don't like this one. It's just no. It's big no. This is Lightning from Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, and I messed it up. I also can mess stuff up. This is from Final Fantasy 15 in the logo, and I love it. I simply love how this one turned out in the end because it's beautiful. It is having some of my favorite colors in general. And yeah, I didn't write much. There are some pages that are empty, just saying. And this is from Final Fantasy 14, if I'm not mistaken. And this is March. Truth to be told, some of you may say, why Mass Effect is not in November because of N7 Day? Well, there's a reason for that. And my reason is because last year I did at Talivember, and I dedicated it kind of to Tali and some of the other characters from Mass Effect. My whole cover was with Tali pattern that I drew and labeled it with Tali November. And I wanted to try something else. Also, I had a different idea for November for other reasons, but you're gonna see it if you haven't seen it already, how I drew it. And I decided to have Mass Effect March instead. I had so much fun making this one, even though the whole cover page for me personally took me quite some time, and I had to use different mediums. Like I used my gouache over here, my jelly gouache. I started with the shepherd. I love the logo over here. I think it's spot on, and I'm very critical about my work in general, and I had fun making it and to recreate it so it's visible from the Legendary Edition, but also you can see it's a fan art, and I like it. I also try to incorporate the whole font in through the month. Also do have to say that I'm missing 2 weeks from it because a lot of stuff happened and didn't have the willpower, if you like, to do it. I love this layout because it's directly inspired from Mass Effect when you have private messages or something like that, and some kind of letters from the other characters, and it's fitting. My Brandon Legion over here. I kind of rushed it, but I also like how it turns out in the end. But I think this overall is one of my favorite layouts from my mood tracker and for my habits. If you have played the game, if you haven't, you have to. This over here is my habit tracker, inspired from Mass Effect 2 when you're searching for elements and materials. So I have read element 0, workout, iridium, and so on and so forth. And I love how it looks because it's cohesive with the whole idea from Mass Effect 2, because you have orange and you also have green. And this over here, this part was definitely inspired from Mass Effect 2, one of the loading screens. I didn't add the full circles over here because I think they will mess up the whole concept in general, and I will not have so much place over here to draw and to have my emotions. My Patreon worshipping, again inspired from Mass Effect 2. And over here, verses of the month, I had so much fun because I came up with this very funny idea. At least for me it's funny, because if you played the game, there are some hacks you need to do so you can find the right segments. And I decided to incorporate that in here with the days. So here is the first one. I have the second one over here, third one is over here, 4th of March is here, 5th is here, 6th is here, and some of them, the others are over here. And I like it because it's kind of fun and kind of new, and March 31 is over here, and we have 1st over here. And I left one space empty, and I think it's fitting. Also, I have only 2 weeks like I said, and this one I rushed it a lot, and I tried to add an event over here, what I did during the week, a more like more specific thing that I did. This Jack drawing, it's rushed, let's just say it, it's rushed. This one is not rushed because it's Tali, and I love Tali as a character in general, and I wanted to have her at least once in my current bullet journal during the time. And now we're in April of Light. This is also inspired from Ubisoft game called Child of Light, and this is one of my favorite games as well. When I come up with the idea for gaming inspired themes for the whole year, I was thinking Assassin's Creed to be maybe in January or maybe in my month, because my birthday is on April, and I wanted to combine something that I like, not that I don't like the other ones, but I was thinking to have something like that. And then I decided to go for Child of Light because I love the story of the character, and I love how this turned out in the end, because you can see it's a fan art inspired from the cover of the game, but also I have my personal input. There are some stuff that are missing, some stuff that are added, and yeah, overall I wanted to be cohesive with the whole cover, the original cover from the game, but I wanted to give it my personal touch, if I may say. And I spent here a lot of time to recreate this, and I had so much fun, honestly. And I'm so happy that this bullet journal in general have a thick paper, because otherwise it will not hold the water I'm putting on it at all. I love this, how this turned out. This is a very specific moment from the game, and it's a lovely story. Oh, over here. When I made the brain dump, I left it blank for one reason, because I was thinking what to do over here, because I wanted to have the original character, the main protagonist, and that is Aurora. But I was wondering what to do, and then I decided, because I have drew her actually from before, like a couple of years back, during a live stream in my sketchbook Highly Mune. I hope I didn't butcher that name. A very cool paper, cold pressed. I definitely highly recommend it, to be honest. If you're in general doing watercolors or doing gouaches and you have to use a lot of water, I recommend it for a travel sketchbook and in general to have some studies. Very cool one. So back to this particular drawing, and I did it on live stream, like I said. And because here is left empty, and then I pick up my sketchbook, cut it, and place it over here because it finds its place. So yeah, that's why it's here. This one is also out of my not of my comfort zone, but is not my typical layout for my mood tracker, for my habits and all of those stuff. But I like how it turns out because this is also in some particular very unique moment when the character is passing through that, and I like it. Definitely like it how this looks in general, and I wanted to recreate it here because it's like the vines. I like how the vines turned out, for sure. So my social and Patreon shipping, my verses of the month as well. I like how this turned out. This tree is very important to the story, but I'm not gonna tell you much because I'm gonna spoil it, and I don't want to do that. Some of the characters over here. Rubella, Finn, and the last one is Aurora. Honestly, I didn't like how this one turned out in the end. I had something different in mind to make it, but yeah, it is what it is. And now we are in May, Star Wars May. I was debating what I wanted to draw in May. One of the reasons was to add in May to be Mass Effect and for March to be something different, but it's Star Wars May, just that's it. It just goes with the flow, and also there are some very cool games that I have played. So yeah. And here I tried to make it as much as I can simple. And also here I just have to point out something very special. During, I think in January, maybe on February, more or less, I met with amazing person. That person is Emilia from Bullet Journal Engineer. She is awesome. She is doing bullet journals for like I think 10 years, if my memory serves right. She did that daily stuff tracker. She explained it much better than me. Unfortunately, with my schedule, because my schedule is sometimes very crazy, does not work. Unfortunately, I love it as an idea, but it's not for me. So if you want, I will give you a link to her channel so you can check it out and to see her very inspiring themes. She's also doing a budget talks in some of her videos. Very cool, and she is awesome person as well, so you can learn a lot from her. And continue with my team as well. Only black and white, using mainly some markers, my Patreon, my social, my shippings, also my verses of the month. I did that in the video, if you watched it. I skipped 1 week over here. It was very stressful week for me, and that's why I skipped it. Over here as well, I just fastly write down what I wanted and what I needed to do, and that's it. And now we're in June. For the last one of this bullet journal. I was so happy making this one, to be honest, because it's kind of fun, out of my comfort zone, for sure. Because honestly, when I was a kid, I was not so much into Pokemon. Just pointing out, I not being so hooked up, if I might say, into Pokemon in general. But now I sincerely do like it. It's a very cool one. Also, I'm using my Pokemon Go to track how much I'm walking. Also, over here in the Braindom, I was supposed to draw Umbreon, one of my favorite forms of Eevee when Eevee is growing up, but I didn't, so I'm kind of guilty about that. I wanted to be honest, but then I just said there was so much stuff going on and didn't have the time to do that. And unlike other creators and bullet journalists, I'm not like having my bullet journal all the time with me. My first thing is not to get up and open my bullet journal. I'm more like writing down what I need to do, some of the main ones I need to do on the agendas for a couple of days, and then close it and then go back to what I'm doing in general, because my brain works differently and I needed to write it down so I can know much that I write it down, and I need to finish that. Of course, sometimes that's not happening because life is happening. So yeah. Patreon Flareon. I love this page. Definitely love that one. Also, I have to point out that over here in my Patreon, you're gonna see that I'm having so much more stuff uploaded rather than my social media, because yeah, I'm uploading more in my Patreon. So if you want to check it out and see what I'm doing behind the scenes and what I'm creating, my current projects and stuff like that. Also, there will be some new tiers soon, probably from January. Yeah. Check it out. I will be happy to have you there. And yeah, I'm gonna leave a link down into the description below so you can check it out for sure. And this is it for this one. And I think I had something over here, my stamp test. For sure. And that one is over. And for the next one. Ta-da! I sincerely do love this one because I love orcas in general, so it combining the two together this year, it's kind of fun. Also, you're gonna see some of the new layouts for December theme, and I'm kind of excited because I did them off camera. There are also some stuff that are not finished, but yeah. Over here I don't have this layout, the extra paper from my keys and from my grid. I decided to do something differently, and this is my name, Evelyn. Here is my first pages, more or less my grid spacing and my keys. Honestly, I had so much fun creating those two. I was laughing when I was coming up with the idea, because let's face it, Pac-Man, it's just so cool in general. And my to-do lists, my grid, and I wanted to make it cohesive in general with old school gaming. Like my future work for 6 months is with Tetris, and I think it's fitting. And I wanted to add a self-care page like I did the last time, not in the previous one, but last year in my third bullet journal I add a self-care page, and I drew some of the stuff that actually makes me happy. But I did something very stupid. When I created it, I didn't saw that over here in France I'm missing an E. So that kind of pissed me off when I figured out that I was missing an E, and I was like, okay, whatever. It's just, I know what I wanted to say, but I was probably hungry, that's why I eat an E. But I like the aesthetics and how I made this. I think my first inspiration was something I saw on Pinterest, and first of all, I'm sorry I cannot give you guys links to that because I don't remember them and I don't save them. And yeah, over here is my Remember Just Let Go page, and this is Mega Man and I love it. I wanted to go with this old school pixel kind of inspired theme, and what better way to Mega Man. So I had this intention to some negative stuff that happened, to write them down and just to let go, and some remember stuff that I have friends, I have family who cares for me, some good moments, something that make me laugh, that something make me smile, and I think this is a small kind of way to say, okay, I'm fine. Like, there's some stuff that I need to let go of, all of those bad emotions sometimes, and this page really is fun to make, and I think it's necessary, at least for me, sometimes. And I'm continuing with the gaming inspired themes. Oh boy, I love this theme. I love the cover of it, to be honest. I had so much fun creating this one because I use two different things over here. I use my jelly gouache to have the base, but also I found a very cool neon pencils. So there are some bits over here that more popping up because this javelin in general is having more popping up colors, and I wanted to create it. Also in this July, not June, July theme is abandoned but not forgotten games. So yeah, very simple in general over here. Here I had so much fun making this one because I was searching for the logo in general to make it as much as I can representable, and this is just Jackrabbit. And over here those are stickers for a cover that they did digitally for one of his remixes, and I'm gonna leave links especially for that one because I love it. I think this is one of my first covers that I did for him. And my Patreon page, I forget the name of this game, I'm sorry, just saying it out loud, but I love the aesthetics. I think I played it very little time, so that's why I didn't make so much impact, but I love the aesthetics of the character, the design, my socials, my shipping, my monthly verses. And over here I go very simple because of what was happening during the time, and yeah. And in the end, over here, well, I was kinda sick. So making the August theme, which is Stray, a very cool game in general, and just to point out, I love cats, so yeah. I was planning to have something different over here, but in the end I was like, okay, I'm gonna make this work. And yeah, this is it. I had fun using the font and the alphabet in the game so to recreate it, because this is August, and down here I typically don't do something like that, but I like it because it's different and it's unique. And over here is again August, and the letters for the days. My brain dump over here, I was supposed to draw the cat, but I left it unfinished because of reasons. My mood tracker and my habit tracker, over here they kind of collide together, but I wanted to be cohesive with the team in general, and during the game you can find all of those badges, but I'm not gonna tell you more because you have to play the game on your own. Patreon, social media shipping, and over here there is a stain, but anyhow, I have to finish over here. I missed some of these, and this time because I was so behind with everything, and I kind of rushed it, but made my weeklies like that, like Dutch door, something like that, if I'm saying it correctly, Dutch door. And I have over here, this is also a particular part of the game, and I like it because it's so warm and you feel cozy, and I wanted to represent it. And like I said, I didn't have time. I made this setup, I think, in 5th of August, so I was so behind of making it. Also over here was supposed to be Hail September, so I skipped 1 month. I made some of the sketches, but September was so overwhelming with a lot of stuff happening in my personal life, and I didn't have time to sit like usual, make the video, make the bullet journal theme in general, and to write down inside. So that's why I skipped it. But now we are here in October, and we have Cyberpunk October. I was planning to have World of Warcraft theme, but in the end I decided to go something differently, because during that time, before I made this theme, I finished Cyberpunk 2077, and before I finished the game I watched the Cyberpunk 2077 Edge Runners, and I love it. So yeah, I think it's fitting, and Cyberpunk October sounds kind of cool. And again, I'm trying to incorporate some of the stuff that happened in the game over here, and looks kind of cool. I really do like it. My brain drum also inspired from that. Here is the big difference. My mood tracker and my habit trackers are totally different. Not round, but I wanted to be cohesive with the theme and aesthetics of the game as well. So that's why I'm having those squares, and they are all symbols, if I may say, from the game in general. My Patreon, my socials, even though I have posted a lot in my Patreon, but I didn't write it down because I didn't have time. I was traveling out of the city, and it was a lot of stuff going on. That's why October don't have here anything, because I was posting on my social, on my Patreon a lot, kind of spam them. Also, I posted on my social media because I had Mass Effect fan art Tober 2022. If you want to watch the video of how I make, not how I make the artwork, but how I'm explaining which art and what I did and how much fun I have it, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description below so you can check it out if you haven't for now. So this is my monthly. I also wanted to incorporate it more of the logos from different fractions. I like this one, even though I know what they did. Just saying. I love how this one turned out in the end. Really do like it. And now we are in November. Like I said, you're gonna see why I wanted to go differently for November. This is Detroit November. I love it. I think this is also one of my favorite spreads in general. I drew Chloe over here in my art style, and I wanted to recreate it as much as I can, and also to have this cohesiveness, to be recognizable, but also to put my personal input in it. And I have fun making this cover for sure. Also here the Detroit, though this is the index that the Androids are having. If you don't know what that means, you have to play the game and you will figure out, because the covers also have a meaning. My brain dump also inspired from the game in general. My mood tracker is quite different this time, but I'm kind of bummed because I messed this thing up. I was supposed to have it over here and it will be more cohesive and more symmetrical. So this is one of the things that I like it and kind of don't like it because of this part is quite short, and that's kind of bumped me up. Also here, my habits. This one is an art that I drew I think last year during November. I'm not sure, I think it's during November, and I made it as a sticker and just added here for having this cohesiveness, because I also have the 3 of the colors here and 3 of the colors over here. It's bringing it up together. My Patreon, this is still my Patreon, yeah. My social, my shipping. You can see how different those two are, because in my social media I don't post that much, but in my Patreon I'm kind of spamming my Patreons with a lot of content, and I love doing that, honestly. And we are having our live streams every month, at least once a month, so we can talk and drawing during that time. Rest of the month, one of my favorite layouts over here for sure. This one was fun to create. I used one of these for sure, and some of the other washi tapes that I had that were fitting for this kind of logo, if I may say, but I didn't make it the way it is in the game, because like I said, I wanted to have my personal input in it. And now we're in the final month, December, Dragon Age December. If you haven't watched the video, you can go and watch it out, and to maybe like it, maybe not, I don't know. But I had so much fun for this one. I posted it on social media in December 4th, and this is kind of a different theme. I love Dragon Age, at least I love the Dragon Age 2 one, and that brings me to my mood tracker. Over here, this is a sticker that I made. This was actually one of my Patreon's rewards for one of the tiers, for the sticker one, and I sent that, but I also made a couple for myself. And I was thinking, okay, I can do a mood tracker and to try something different, because this is Isabella from Dragon Age 2. You can also see her in Dragon Age 1 in one particular place, but in Dragon Age 2 she's one of your companions. And I like her, to be honest, and also had so much fun making these waves, because Isabella, in general, she is a pirate. So I think it's fitting. And I had so much fun making this one, for sure. It's so vibrant, also so different from the others, but also so cohesive with the whole theme of Dragon Age December. my mood trackers over here. Not mood trackers, sorry, my habit trackers. Over here, I forgot to have a list over here, so I'm gonna do that. And over here I was supposed to draw it, but I didn't. I'm gonna skip this page for one reason. But yeah. My Patreon, I'm posting on my Patreon, but there's some other stuff that I need to do, so I'm gonna spam them together at once. My socials and my shipping will be added soon. My 2 first weeks, I had so much fun over here. It's so feels good, you know. This one and those 2 are the new ones. I made them today, at least during the time of the video, and those are directly inspired from the loading screens from Dragon Age 2. This is the one, and this is the other one. I'm missing one of the animals over here, but I wanted to be cohesive to have this kind of transition, and it looks cool. So yeah, this is it. I'm having one more week to draw to make, but I think we'll do it some other time at one point. And yeah, this is it for my flip through my bullet journals. I honestly had so much fun making this in general, because never thought that I will do something like that, first of all, but I sincerely do see the benefits. Also, I cannot wait to start my new one, and I have some ideas, but also I do have to point out that me and Emilia will do something kind of together. It come up with one of our conversations, but also I'm so happy because she is from Bulgaria. We had I have someone to talk to on my own native language, first of all, and she's doing that for quite some time now, and I can learn more from her. And she's very creative, and I cannot wait to show you guys what we will come up like, for sure. So like I said, I'm gonna give a link to her YouTube channel, so check it out, because she's doing amazing Bujo talks for sure. And for me, I'm doing not only bullet journals, I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm an artist in general, and I love drawing, and that's why my bullet journals are like sketchbooks. Even though I have separate sketchbooks dedicated to art journal, I have a color journal, which mainly I'm showing them on my Patreons, for my Patreons. And because they are more personal, and when I finish with one of them, I'm doing a flip through. Also, they are handmade by me, so I'm sewing them like by hand and all those stuff that are needed to create a sketchbook. And these are just helping me out for my daily tasks, my work projects, my all appointments, birthdays for sure, because let's face it, birthdays are important. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this flip through my 2 bullet journals, and I cannot wait to show you my new one, because I have something special planned. I'm still in the processing what I want to do, but yeah, it was fun here of making those 2 for sure. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like that, consider subscribing to the channel, and you want to see more behind the scenes stuff, consider supporting me on Patreon. I will leave links to all of my social media, including my Etsy shop. I'm still having winter's deal, 2 prints. You buy 2 prints and get 1 extra from me. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching, and talk to you guys soon. Bye!